Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. It's actually Monday, so I'm starting at like a decent time for once. But I just got in a new thermostat for Draco. I'm really excited about it. Kind of unnecessary today though, because check this out. So because I haven't had a thermostat, his cage hasn't even been, you know, hooked up. So that's what it's actually been in here with this unplugged. So either way though, it does get cold at night in here. So like today it's so warm in here that I have their vent uncovered, but at night I usually have to cover this vent and turn on the space heater, but now the space heater's unplugged. Hallelujah. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up this thermostat. I need a spot clean first because I'm gonna be leaning in the cage, and that's from last night. So, I'll show you guys the finished product. I have the cage like pulled away from the wall right now, so. Hi, Bear. So if you've never seen one before, I actually have a video of my entire heat setup. Sorry, excuse Philly D in the background there. But this is my favorite thermostat by far. This is the Zilla. I got the 500 watt, but there is a 1000 watt that has two plugs. So if you have two lamps that you need to be kept at the same temperature, this would be, well, the 1000 watt would be a good option for you. I will try and remember, future Tori, please remember to link my setup in the description for everybody. But essentially, this is what gets plugged into the wall. The lamp gets plugged into the thermostat, and this probe here is how the thermostat knows what temperature it is in the cage. So I'm going to go ahead and change out that stuff really quick so I'm not leaning on it, and then we're gonna get this all set up. Just pretend that this is a great angle that everybody enjoys, because I'm gonna show you there's no opening for these, okay, in these cages. So the way that I get these in here is I literally have to bend the bars. Like, I don't know if you guys can see at all, but I literally have to like wedge them apart with my fingers and squeeze the plug on through. But thankfully, only one plug has to go through there. So yay, it's through. And then I might end up zip tying this to the side because that's what I did in the past and I actually really enjoyed it. Although it does seem to be staying really well. We'll see. So now we're just gonna tuck this in. I might grab a clip to make sure that it's secured because it's secured to the top, and then I zip tied the two probes together, which I don't typically recommend, but it works for my actual setup here. All the cords are tucked into the little holder. I'm probably gonna grab some more of these little bulldog clips to secure these cords, just so that nothing moves. But now I need to plug this into the wall. It's already set to the temperature that Blazes is at, but I'll have to move it around just to sort of get it situated. But I'm probably gonna have to do that at night because I showed you guys earlier, it's super hot in here without anything on. So yeah, I'm really excited. This new dome that I bought, for whatever reason, the switch, it's never gonna focus on that, but the switch doesn't have an on-off thing on it, so I'm gonna pretend I know which is which until I figure out which is which. So yeah, let me plug this in and then I'll get his wheel back in and get this situated, and yay for exciting. And then I've got to spot clean the piggy cage, and I bought them new hay. Finally came in the mail because yesterday we had to rush out to Meijer and get this like cheapo bag of hay. And guys, because the bag is so small, look at the type of strands that came in it. They're like little baby strands. They just like fall through the hole here. So I had to rush out and do that because this box of hay came late. I don't even want to talk about my issues with Amazon right now. So, yay, we're done.
Your fish, your thickness of your fish, lots of things to watch for, but every so often we're going to turn it back over and baste it again.
Look at this cute little fuzzbutt, guys. Do you remember me saying his skin was like super crazy dry in one of my vlogs? Well, look at why. Do you see all this fur? I can't really move my thumb because, as you can see, he's holding on to it. But yeah, he's got a fuzzy belly now. Have you watched some of my older videos with him? He never really had fur. So his skin got super dry one day, and then a bunch of fur grew in. So yeah, that was fun. I'm getting his food ready, but I wanted to pop him out because he was hanging out waiting on his food. Yes. So I just filmed and edited a video. Sorry, my hair is a mess because it's hot up here and I had to pull it up. But I filmed and edited a video about hedgehogs, and it just got done exporting, so I'm gonna upload that, and that will go up before this vlog. But today, later on, after my husband goes to work, we are also going to be filming a, sorry you're crooked, we are also going to be doing a BarkBox video, which I know a lot of you guys don't watch, but like I really enjoy including the dogs in the channel. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm not sure what else is going on today, but I figured I need to be more consistent with my vlogs because I'm not very consistent about them. Also, I got some comments about people wanting to know what I'm reading, like when I'm reading things. So right now I'm not, sorry, I was being backlit. But so right now I'm not actually physically reading anything, but I am listening to, American Gods, which is super cool, and I actually decided to listen to it instead of read it, because for some of you, you might remember that I actually bought the book, what was it, like my first day back with vlogging, so I have the actual physical copy, but believe it or not, like this is a fairly big book, but the audiobook is actually like an extended edition. So there's more in the audiobook than there is in the, sorry, I did laundry earlier. I keep getting distracted. But there's more in the audiobook than there is in the book. So I'm really excited about that. And my fan's on, so I don't know how much of this you could hear, but yeah, I'm super stoked because that means that, you know, I'm getting more of the story, because why am I out of focus? Because apparently the audiobook is the 10th anniversary edition. Why am I not in focus? Here we go. So maybe that'll help it focus. So the audiobook is the 10th anniversary edition of the actual novel, which is not what I own. I own like the actual published version of the book. So I'm really excited about this audiobook because while it is longer, I'm getting more of the story and more of what Neil Gaiman, I don't know, wanted out there. Because his editor originally told him like it needs to be shortened for people to enjoy it, which was a good move because that's why people, you know, if it had been longer, people wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. But yeah, anyway, I'm really excited about it. So that's what I'm working on now. And then I actually have like a whole list of audiobooks here that I need to tackle before they expire. But I don't know that I'll get through all of them, to be honest. So hopefully I get through most of them. I just got another one that came through, The Shining, which I have already read, but I wanted to listen to it because I've been really curious about listening to some of the Stephen King novels after I listened to Mr. Mercedes. So anyway, that's what I'm currently working on right now. If you guys are like ever curious about what I'm reading or whatever, I actually have a Goodreads account that I will link below. And yeah, that usually shows everything I'm reading, when I'm reading it, how far along I am, and things like that. And I do some reviews. I've been more consistent about reviewing them lately than I have been in the past. So if you're curious about any of that stuff, or if you want to see like my reading challenge, because if you have Goodreads, they do yearly reading challenges. I'm almost done with mine and it's July. But yeah, if you guys are curious about any of that, I'll put my Goodreads down below. You don't have to check it out, but you can if you want to. So yeah, anyway, I'm procrastinating. I'm gonna get this video up for you guys because I was due for a video yesterday and didn't post one. I just wanted to talk to you guys really quick about what I do when it gets too hot in the pet room or in my apartment in general, for the pigs specifically, because the pigs are really the only pet in the pet room that, you know, isn't designed to be kept at warm temperatures. Hamsters are not great at very hot temperatures, but they are also desert animals, so I can put a tile or a ceramic mug or something like that in their cage and they'll be fine. They cuddle up to them. My guinea pigs, however, for whatever reason, don't like ceramic tiles. I have a whole bunch there and I'll put them in the cage and they don't use them. So I needed to come up with a different solution. So I just wanted to show you a couple of the things that I have done. One of them being I've created cold spots in the cage. You can sort of see the line here, but what I've done is I've taken an ice sheet, which is like a flat ice pack that has been frozen, and then I put it in under both the pad and the fleece. That way if they pee on it, they don't ruin the ice sheet. And that will cool through the fleece. It cools really nicely. They stay dry. It's awesome. Gives a cold spot. I put it in two of the spots that they like to lay, so one right here and one right there. I'm going to be ordering some more, hopefully later this week. That way I can do more cold spots and possibly bigger ones, because these are just like little portable lunchbox ones. And then I've also got here a ice pack that I have wedged between their cuddle cups, and this has worked really well because my boys like to lay in these cuddle cups together. I have pictures of them laying together, and when they do, not only is this cooling the side of the cuddle cups, but they tend to lay against it, which is fabulous. Because this is above the fleece, I do have it wrapped in a towel, both so that it absorbs the condensation, but also so that they don't try and chew on it. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of show you guys an alternative to using ceramic tiles and things like that, particularly if you have an animal that doesn't seem interested in ceramic tiles. Sorry, I got distracted by the dog who is getting into things he shouldn't be getting into. Sir. Alright guys, so I'm super excited, but the very first part of what's going into Finn's cage, his new cage, well, it's the same cage, but his new cage theme is here, and it is this. I think more is coming today. Hold on. How do I show this best? I think more stuff is coming today and tomorrow, but for now, this is the very first item, and it's a Zilla shale rock, so he'll be able to climb on it and under it. And really, that fast, just right off the bat. Cool. It's It's really nice. It's heavy, but it's not like crazy heavy, so if he burrowed under it, it wouldn't like smush him or whatever, but he couldn't flip it either, you know? So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I've got a bunch of other stuff coming. I bought bedding yesterday. I bought the, I need to put this back in there. No? Okay, well, all right. Are you chewing on that? Or are you, hello? No, okay, yeah, you're chewing on it. Nope. Can't chew on it. Sorry, dude. But yeah, so I bought bedding yesterday. I was going to go sort of the more natural, like, coconut fiber or soil route, but I think I want to do a little bit more research on that first, because I'm in a couple groups online that have a ton of people. Oh no, that's got my address on it. But let me turn you around so you're not just like looking at a wall. But I'm in a ton of groups online that have people using those things, but I've personally never used them. And I kinda am nervous about not getting them, but nervous about, sorry, my kitchen is really yellow. Let me go back in the living room. But I'm just kind of nervous about cleaning them, or being able to clean them rather. So I'm gonna keep looking into it. I think after we get through the bedding that I bought yesterday, I will go like a fully natural route and get him in either the coconut fiber or the soil. But for the very first change, I think I'm going to be using the KT camo bedding, because it kind of looks like moss when it's in a cage. At least to me it does. So it'll still look natural. And I do want to try the coconut fiber at least once, because that seems really popular, but if I don't like it, then I can just keep using the paper beddings, I think. So yeah, we're getting there, guys. I don't know if I've talked a whole lot about the fact that I'm putting Finn in a more natural setup, but it has been my plan for a while, and I just haven't. It's expensive to buy all of that stuff. It cost me $100, more than $100. It was $105 to get him just 6 things. And thankfully I've got, you know, some other bits and bobs for him as well, so I didn't need to buy like a crazy amount of stuff. And then the bedding was $20 or $15, something like that. So I mean, it did cost a fair bit, but I won't need to, Tenrec cages don't need cleaned very often, and they don't need like rearranged all that often either. Like with brand new things, you can sort of shift things around and make them more, you know, new without changing out the items. Anyway, long story short, like it was like $100 and something for just 6 things. So this has been a change that I've been talking about doing for a while, but I haven't like put the funds into. So I finally bit the bullet and did it, and I'm really, really excited. And then during this week, I'm going to be messing with their cages. In fact, the cages upstairs are really dirty right now because they were due for a clean out today, but I'm not going to clean them out today because tomorrow is when I want to flip their cages. So there's no point in me cleaning them out today because I'm gonna have to take the cages out tomorrow. So yeah, they're just kind of chilling on dirty stuff right now, but they'll be all right. And then after that, I can, sorry, I'm like dropping you guys. But after I switch everything around, then I can, what's the word I'm looking for? Then I can do a cage tour of Finn's new cage, which those of you that watch the vlog will see it as I'm setting it up most likely. But yeah, for everybody else, because not everybody watches the vlogs, they will see his cage once I do a tour in a couple weeks. So yeah, I'm really excited. Today we're just running errands, so there probably won't be much left to the vlog. Except for whenever Finn's stuff gets here, I might show you guys some of it. I don't know if I'm gonna show you all of it because I feel like that defeats the purpose. But then again, I don't know yet. But yeah, so we're just gonna run errands. We're not even going to the pet store today because we wound up going last night. And I didn't film because I suck. So anyway, I'm really excited. Just wanted to keep you guys somewhat updated, and I'll see you in a bit. Next piece has arrived. Some Malaysian driftwood. I ordered medium, but this is very, very small. I could have sworn that the other piece that I have in the cage right now is a medium, and it's significantly larger if you've seen his cage. But that's okay. We'll make it work. I might end up ordering more driftwood in the future, but he's got a bunch of other stuff coming too, so we'll see. Alright, another box came. I don't know why this all shipped super separate, but it's okay. So we got, this is gonna be a sand bath. It was definitely more silver online, but green is okay too. So sand's gonna go in here. This is normally like a soaking dish, but it'll work well for sand. We got some vines, which should be fun. They like to climb on these. I'm gonna attach them to the side of the cage. And then, oh, okay, time out. This box isn't open yet. And we got another little perch rock formation thingy. He can hide under it if he wants to. He can fit through this hole, or he can climb on top of it. I'm really excited. It's smaller than I thought it was gonna be, but that's okay. Because I was a little afraid that these were gonna be really, really big. So at least now I know most things are gonna fit in the cage okay. I definitely thought that this was bigger than this though. That's okay. That's what happens when you order online. But all right, so I think we're just missing one more thing, and then everything I bought is here. So yay. All right, very last thing came in this giant box. Look at that. I might get more of these, to be honest, because this is the large, and it's great lengthwise, but I kind of want more coverage of the cage, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's from Zoo Med. Super excited. These boxes are huge. I ordered all of this at the same time, and they shipped it all separately. But at least everything's here. So that's gonna be it for this vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and edit and post it. Sorry that you really only get to see what's going into his cage and not it actually going into the cage, but I'm gonna start next week's vlog, you know, tomorrow, so that you guys can see all of that. But yeah, I'm really excited about this cage change, and hopefully you guys are too. So without further ado, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!